I just want to say I have tried to research in the county because I wanted to get to the bottom of what this whole thing was with the crime crisis. And I researched in the county about why we made the Wall Street Journal, why we made Hannity, why we made Fox News. That was deliberate. That was a sabotage to this county. I'd like to know who did it. But the 911 call that was made that got on nationwide and turned us, quotes, lawless, was made in August of 13. It went to trial in January of 14. That means that that tape could have been released any time from January on. It was covered in the paper in August, by the way. Not a ripple from anybody. Do you know when the 911 call was let out? To NPR? Nobody does. It was let the day after we defeated the levy, the very next day. I can guarantee you, if that levy had passed, that 911 call never would have gone out.
You quite possibly could.
And I had the courier work with me on it, and I said, can we find the person? Because that 911 call was pulled out of the court records, held for 5 months, and waited till we voted. And then we got our lawless in this county. That was not in the vernacular prior to that. And that's what you're actually working against right today as crime crisis. We do not have a crime crisis in this county. 10 years ago, it is half of what it was 10 years ago when you were fully funded. And we went down last year in the city. Bless their hearts. They did a good job, by the way. County went up very little. And when we speak about this whole thing with the OSP, there are only 3 other counties in this state that have less OSP per capita than we do. Everybody else per capita beats us a mile. We pay for OSP anyway. It's our taxes that pay OSP. We're not stealing anything from anybody. And I really get angry over this because we keep perpetuating that we have a crime crisis. We had this last year when I took every bit of OSP, every single one of their calls, which part of them are to the city, I gave them to the county. 16% of the crime. 16%. All of OSP, all the entire county, 16%. Before that, the year before, it was 14%. So we actually had a crime crisis of 2%. And I didn't credit the city with what they normally should be credited with, and that is their fair share of OSP's responses, because they do have a crime team that goes out, and on the big ones, they help the city, just like they help the county. But it is not true, ladies and gentlemen, that we have a crime crisis in this county. It is being manufactured so that you will get a levy passed. That is what is happening.
Exactly. Right on.